Hey, how you doing? Welcome back to the show. If you've been following the series for a while, you know how I love EQs, parametric and graphic of all types to help sculpt and dial our favourite tones. They give us great control over the tone in a two-dimensional sense, but to make things sound right, we need to work on the depth and the style of the ambience. I guess I look on it that reverb is really an EQ for the third dimension. The Empress Reverb is an extremely powerful unit with studio quality, realistic simulations of spaces. It offers both stereo ins and outs, 32 different algorithms, and can save up to 35 presets. The firmware can be constantly updated via an SD card, which can also be used for a multi-track looping effect and can record loops up to 10 minutes. The effects can be controlled via MIDI devices and parameters can be assigned to an expression pedal. There's loads of options how to make it work best for you. I'm a huge fan of big realistic reverbs that just seem to simulate all those studios and everything that they did for those classic thrash albums in the 1980s. But I'll just give you a quick rundown of the Empress unit just to show the basic operation. It starts with a scrolling dial that you turn to select the basic reverb that you want. The different colours will light up showing multiple variations of that ambience. The decay controls how long the reverb tail will take to decay. The mix sets the wet and dry ratios. The output sets the overall volume of the unit with 12 o'clock being 0 dB. The low and high control the EQ of the reflections. Thing 1 and 2 take on different functions depending on the mode that you're in. It could be effect modulation, early reflections, pre-delay, sparkle, octave level, delay time and feedback. They're all on a reference chart to follow easily. The select switch in basic function engages your presets, but when held down causes an infinite decay, which is really cool. The save button is used to save presets and assign settings for an expression pedal. The scroll button scrolls through presets, and if pressed with the select switch, you can cycle in reverse. And bypass turns on and off the reverb, but has other functions in advanced configuration. So let's just get into the meat and potatoes and just see how this thing sounds. We've got the hall setting right now with the blue light, meaning that we're in a concert hall, and thing 1 and thing 2 control the basic modulation and early reflection level. And I'm a huge fan of hall reverbs, and this one just does it really nice, and you've just got so much control to get that right tail just to lock into that really haunting Slayer style-esque. But the next variation of the hall just takes you to a modern hall that's very smooth and warm without any modulation. The pre-delay time and early reflection levels is what the thing 1 and thing 2 are doing. Next takes us into our plates, where we've got two variations, a classic plate and a studio plate. The next selection takes us into the spring reverbs, and the blue one's based on the Fender Twin Reverb, the green's based on the Fender Deluxe, and the red is based on the Dirty 60s Surf Sound. The next selection takes us to a room that's based on an LA studio that's extremely realistic, and I really like this preset. In this setting, Thing 1 takes on the pre-delay time and Thing 2 takes on early reflection level. Hey! Settle down, boy. Yeah, settle down. Turn around, look at the... Come on. Good boy. Gotta settle down a little bit. And to me, that's a really cool ambience that I'd just leave that on the entire time. I'd maybe take it out of the mix just a little bit more just to try and hide it. And you barely even know it's there. It just adds this extra little bit of something to the tone. I think it's just really cool. So for the next few selections, we'll just try and get through a little bit quicker. But for the sparkle, you just get that little shimmer on the top. Oh, mate. What's he doing today? Well, a bit of an octave going on there. There's so many variations and so many different modes that for the creative player just to find something that's absolutely new. But I love this delay and reverb together. And this first setting being the blue one, it's a classic hall with a delay feature on over the top, with Thing 1 changing the delay time and Thing 2 changing the delay feedback. It's just a really classic sounding reverb, and you get that delay over the top and they just go hand in hand. I think it just adds a really cool dimension to the tone, especially your solos. The second variation is a blendable delay, the third variation is a filtered feedback delay, and the fourth is a skitter where the delays that morph into a reverb. Next brings us to lo-fi. I just wanted to try this. And that's a really cool effect. It's not something I expected to find on the unit. And the next variation to that just adds modulation. Sounds like an old Western or something Tarantino would use. And the last selection here takes us to beer mode, which is just, I guess it's just some sort of random... And back to the start with the Hall. There's just so many selections there. There's just so much you can do with the unit. All that being said, guys, it's a fantastic reverb, and I can see it just is going to add so much dimension to those capturing tone series and just really nailing some of those ambiences perfectly, which ultimately is going to make the tone. So thanks for all tuning in, and hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.